This is where they live and breathe hockey. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Will it be smooth sailing or choppy waters for Team Canada? They are 3-0 in the preliminary round, but for Wayne Gretzky, this is where it begins. And the weight of Canada's hockey success rests on the team he has put together that takes the ice tonight. Team Canada rocked through the preliminary round, winning all 3 games, including a 5-1 win against Slovakia. They take on Slovakia again tonight, and they are heavily favored. But this is a dangerous game because this is a Slovakian team that has horsepower. They have scorers. Will tonight be the night? One team wins and one goes home. Canada, Slovakia next. The Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2 welcomes you to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And tonight, the home team takes on Slovakia with a chance for one of these two to move on. For Team Canada, 1996, Team USA beat them in the best out of 3 in the finals. Canada has yet to get over that. They want to get back into the finals no matter who it's against and claim another championship as they did in the last Olympics. But to do that, they've got to get by Slovakia in this game tonight. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne along with Darren Pang. We take a look at a Team Canada that is truly loaded with great talent, including some who are coming off a Stanley Cup win.
And they are used to do-or-die situations, and that's what we have right now with the World Cup. If you lose, you go home. Obviously, the players that played for the Tampa Bay Lightning were great players, and their backs were against the wall in Game 6 against Calgary and in Game 7, and obviously they won. Martin St. Louis, Vincent Lecavalier, and Brad Richards. They do not all play on the same line, but they have combined for 22 shots on goal and 9 points. St. Louis leads Team Canada, and he has been a spark plug. Obviously, he's a very offensive-minded hockey player. He's last year's NHL MVP as the Hart Trophy winner. And in their very first game against the USA, he really helped set the tone in that game with a goal and 1 assist in the win against Team USA. In their second game, it was the chemistry between Brad Richards and Martin St. Louis that set up a key goal against Slovakia.
What makes this a dangerous game for Canada, though they are heavily favored, is that Slovakia is a club that also has a lot of scoring power.
Never underestimate your opponent, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. And you know Canada is thinking the same way right now. They have some highly skilled players, 6 of the top forwards in the world. But Marian Hossa only has 1 goal, and I believe he's been a huge disappointment. Miroslav Stana, who plays for the Buffalo Sabres, a -5 at even strength. Marian Gaborik only has 1 goal in the World Cup. Now, mind you, he had some great scoring chances against Martin Brodeur in their only game against him, so he needs to do a heck of a lot more if they're going to win.
Even though Slovakia has lost all 3 of the preliminaries, all they got to do is win this, and they're in the semifinals. Wayne Gretzky and his Team Canada want no part of that. So tonight, we'll see which team moves ahead.
Reigning NHL MVP Martin St. Louis leading Canada with 4 points in the World Cup of Hockey. Tonight, he hopes to lead Canada into the World Cup semifinals. Welcome to the ESPN studios, Barry Melrose and David Amber. Canada, the prohibitive favorite, but Barry, they got to be careful. What does Slovakia have to do tonight?
They don't stand a chance. The only way Slovakia can win this game is if Canada does not respect them, does not show up with their work helmets on, and gets outworked by Slovakia. Canada's better in every position, especially in net, the most important position in sports. Marty Brodeur is the best international goaltender in the world today. Canada has to show up and work. If they do, they will win this game easily.
Canada 3-0, Martin Brodeur 3 wins and a 1 goals against average. First period action coming your way. Super Mario hasn't scored. Neither has Jarome Iginla. Is tonight their night to shine for Canada in the quarters? Purest form of sport coming your way next.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
How could it be more appropriate to have the Hockey Hall of Fame in a great old bank that's got a vault, and that's where you put the cup, huh? It can't get any better than that, and that's what you just saw here in Toronto. Welcome back, everybody. Don Van Massenhoven, Stephen Wacom will be our referees tonight. Jean Morin, Pierre Resico, will be working the lines with them, as Team Slovakia 0-3 goes against Team Canada 3-0. And there are the starting netminders. Marty Brodeur, not much question about that. On the other side, there was an issue, but Jan Lasak is indeed the man who's going to be in net for Slovakia.
Yeah, there was a bit of a surprise. Stana played in the only other game they faced each other. Stana gave up a couple of early goals that set the tone, and at the other end of the ice, the future Hall of Famer Martin Brodeur was the difference early on in that game, Gary, making a couple of great saves on Marian Gaborik.
We've got Wade Redden injured and out. Brendan Morrow's a scratch. So is Kurt Mulvey, Patrick Marleau, and Ed Jovanovski for Team Canada. Radovan Somik, Miroslav Alinka, Ladislav Stana are going to be scratches on the other side. There you see the numbers. Only 4 goals scored by Slovakia with 13 against. Their power play 2 for 13. Canada hasn't needed the power play. They've scored 10 goals and have had a big differential. There's Joe Sakic, who will be back out there with that all-world line. Sakic, Lemieux, and Iginla. Stumple, Zednik, and Shatan will make the start. Team Canada's in their red and black, the white uniforms for Slovakia. And obviously Team Canada heavily favored, but as we said, beware of the Slovakian team and their firepower. Team Canada wants to get the early jump, because in this tournament, if you get the first goal, you've got a really good chance of coming away with a win. In fact, every team that's got it has either won it or has had the one tie. Into the corner, Wisniewski knocked it away back in behind the net. Mario Lemieux at the side of it. Lemieux trying to get it back out in front, but it bounced off the backside of the net. He had Jarome Iginla standing in front. Team Canada comes out trying to pour it on. The defense joining the flow. Look at the move by Lemieux. He gets it back. Mario takes a stick to the face. He's down, maybe cut. Gets back up and is checking.
That's great second effort by Mario Lemieux. He was strong on the puck, made a nifty little move behind the net with the soft hands that the big 6'4", 230-pound, now he's a left winger, has. And that last play, I think he was a little bit surprised by how quickly the stick came up from Wisniewski. There's the nice little move right there. Now the stick slides up. Mario's battling him. Niedermayer came in. The stick's going to come right there. The blade of the stick's going to scrape around the nose and the cheek area of Mario Lemieux. Good call by the official.
He was not cut on that. It'll be a 2-minute minor, but it didn't take long for the power play for Team Canada. We showed you the numbers that they have on that power play. Wisniewski out of their high sticking at the 2-minute mark. 2-minute power play rather underway here for Team Canada. Let's see whether or not they can do anything with it. Canada's gone 2 for 14 on the power play. The penalty kill, Slovakia has given up only 1 in 11 chances for the opposition. That one knocked down. Pavlovsky is able to clear that one out. Marty Brodeur will push it ahead. Slovakia will change up on their penalty killing unit. Brad Richards from Tampa Bay, one of those Stanley Cup winners we were talking about. On the far side, Iginla. It'll be Richards working a near side point on the power play. They get it down low, trying to jam in front of the net. They've got Danny Heatley down low, and that one skips by.
Just a matter of time before Jarome Iginla scores in this tournament. He was asked time and time again if he's getting frustrated, Gary. He's had 9 shots on goal in the 3 games, 0 goals, but he is a +2 and creating plenty of chances.
That one gets knocked away at the side of the net. Good play by Rastislav Stana, who knocked it away, and it's going to be cleared again by Barteshko. And so Team Canada having trouble getting it set up. 53 seconds left on the power play. Mario Lemieux's come out to work on it now. Tipped away from Lemieux, sent the other end of the ice. Another nice play by Orsine.
Both power play units for Team Canada has a forward at the point. Joe Sakic's on this one with Niedermayer, and Brad Richards is with Eric Brewer on the other power play unit.
Niedermayer dumped that one into the middle, sent back up. Some shots passed up right there. Team Canada did. Gagne's working on the power play. Niedermayer leaves it. Lemieux's on the off wing, trying to get to the dot. They'll try and find him away from the puck. Joe Sakic back on top to Niedermayer. Niedermayer to Sakic, top of the circle. In shot block. Rebounded right back to Sakic. Niedermayer holds it in. Good play by Niedermayer. Stopped it on the blue line. Cross ice Lemieux a little too hard to be handled. He had him set up. Working the, again, right off the dot. Lemieux on the weak side. Power play time, run him out. Lemieux goes to the middle. The shot. That one got blocked out deep. Came straight down as Sakic took the shot. And the power play is over, and they did not get a shot on it. Pretty good penalty kill. Really good penalty killing.
Obviously not allowing a shot on Lasak, who has yet to face a shot in this game. You want to score early on an inexperienced goaltender in a team. You know, for Mario Lemieux and the power play unit, they looked a little bit tentative, I thought. You only
Agreed.
just a little bit. I mean, they just that even Niedermeyer and Joe Sakic moving the puck at the blue line, and just a little bit of a hesitancy there that can really cost you. Mario made a good pass over to Sakic on the far side. It was a little bit too firm and a little bit too high.
Thornton, Draper, and Doan on this line for Team Canada. Got knocked away. Doan trying to hold it in, could not. Pushed back up to the near side. There is speed on Slovakia as well. Brodeur will take the easy save on a puck by Pavel Dimitra that was dumped in.
Well, Pat Quinn, the veteran head coach of Team Canada and the head coach of the 2002 Olympic gold medalists, fully is aware of the fact that in 2002, you saw Belarus upset Sweden. We've seen it many, many times in our sport. You take a team for granted, you take them lightly, and you come with disrespect. You're going to get burnt.
Adam Foote trying to clear that around. Foote puts the hit on as Slovakia is able to hold it in. Off the near side, Pavel Dimitra will leave that one down low. Dimitra's out there with Hossa and Miroslav Nagy on this line. That gets pushed to the far side as Slovakia, after they get back to 5-on-5. Eric Brewer is having trouble finding a way to move that puck out of the zone for Team Canada. Off the near side towards Thornton, he gets turned around. Slovakia is going to try and jam it up. They know if Team Canada gets into their offensive end that they are going to be a problem. Defensively, that is where Slovakia is hurting along the blue line. So they want to make the turnover come at center and try and force the play the other way. And the quick outs like this, they're also hoping for. Gaborik, backhander. Marty Brodeur cut the angle down. Gaborik out of Minnesota, of course, two-time 30-goal scorer. This will be chased to the other end. Could be an icing call on the touch, and it is. Face off the other way.
And just like we saw in the only other game they've played against one another, Marian Gaborik of the Minnesota Wild has a good burst of speed through the neutral zone. Gaborik didn't play very well in the game against the USA, but he certainly had a great game last Wednesday against Marty Brodeur and Team Canada early on. This is the difference in the hockey game when you think about it. Marty was very, very sharp, made the key stops, and allowed Team Canada to settle down before taking an early 2-0 lead. So Marian Gaborik and Hossa and Miroslav Stana are the guys that Marty Brodeur is focused on.
Marty Brodeur has the best goals against, the 32-year-old netminder for Team Canada, averaging just 1 goal against in the first 3. His save percentage is also number 1 at .961. So Brodeur right where you would expect him to be in this kind of world play at the top of the piles.
Well, I know Jan Filtz, the head coach of the Slovakian team, is just thrilled to have his big defenseman Zdeno Chara in uniform. He had a wrist injury, and he's their big horse on the blue line. He hasn't played his best hockey, but in a game like this in which he can battle guys in front of the net, Gary, I expect Chara to have his very best game.
Chara is the one who sent that one in. Radovojevic dumped it into the corner. A penalty coming against Team Canada. Delayed call, extra skater. Brodeur makes the save, and there's the whistle. So Radovojevic got the chance, but the penalty coming up will give the power play opportunity to Slovakia, and this game starts out with a little feeling out by each team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you're the home team and when you're in a passionate country like Canada, I mean, it was imperative for Canada to get better chances on that first power play unit. Now they've got a chance, though, to get the work boots on and play kind of an ugly game here. Kill off a power play for a very talented unit in Slovakia. Their power play's only gone 1 for 8 so far in the tournament.
Pavel Dimitra has not had a goal yet. Neither has Chara. Hossa's got 1. Nagy Seabach have goals. Nobody's got 2 for this team so far. The penalty on Heatley at 4:23 is a cross-checking call. It'll be worked back into the middle, intercepted and sent out by Robin Regier. Short-handed opportunity, Team Canada coming back to Zdeno Chara. Chara out of Ottawa took the hit back in behind the net. When you hit him, you know you're going to feel it.
Wow,
Doan, the man who did it.
What a hit, though, Gary. And that's the way to finish your check.
Niedermeyer tried to clear, could not. Again, short-handed opportunity the other way. Joe Sakic. Sakic looking into the middle. Great pass. And a save. Score. No goal. No goal. It is immediately waved off after Jarome Iginla put it home.
Lasak looked at the referee Walcom and agreed with him. When you're down at ice level, your focus from the goaltender's point of view, all you see is the puck. That's what you're looking at. And
well, let's take a look, Panger, and see why it was waved off.
Because we had a similar situation. Well, remember Jason Blake scored when he went into the net. Where's the kicking motion? Where's the pushing?
Where's the puck?
Puck, maybe they're thinking that the player, Iginla, is interfering with the goaltender, but he would get a penalty.
That'd be a penalty. There's the puck flipping in up and over. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what the referee did.
I don't understand it either.
He pointed to the blue at the corner as though he said the goaltender had already made the stop, and he blew the whistle. That's what I thought he said.
And I just thought I saw Van Massenhoven point to them with a hand motion pointing to the coaching staff, Ken Hitchcock in particular, as if it was pushed ahead.
But if that was the case, the face-off would have been at center ice. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but we do know one thing. It didn't count. Minute 13 left to go on Slovakia's power play opportunity. They dump it in. That's Wisnowski who dumped it into the corner. Still loose behind the net. Foot out on the penalty kill. Comes away with it. Team Canada, they'll make some short-handed runs. Sakic and Iginla now will be heading off as Team Canada will change up in their penalty killing unit. No score. Each team now has had a power play chance in the game. Seabach will move it in. Seabach dumps it back in around the net. Adam Foote is right there, takes it away, and that'll be sent out. That one ended up off the stick of Marian Gaborik, who got it out of there. Jan Lasak at the other end held it up, and we're down to 37 seconds left to go on this power play.
Well, I'm understanding that the reason there was no goal, Gary, is because the forward, which would be Jarome Iginla, pushed the goaltender into the net, not giving him a chance to get his positioning. So no minor penalty on the play, and the face-off is inside.
That was the call. That negated goal. That one saved by Brodeur. Good hard shot by Zdeno Chara. Chara wound up from the point on that one. He had 16 goals with Ottawa last season. Down to 7 left on the advantage on this power play. Marian Hossa. Hossa drops it into the middle. They get one more run, but they can't get control of it. Brewer clears it out, and that'll do it. One shot on the power play. They do not convert, and we remain scoreless. 6.5 into this first period. That one will be deflected up and into the screen. Nagy with the opportunity. Delighted to have you with us. There is Jarome Iginla from the Calgary Flames, working for Team Canada.
It's been called no goal. Goaltender pushed into the net with the puck. Here's the 2-on-2 situation with Iginla driving hard to the net. He was trying to take it from his backhand to his forehand, and while doing so, he went right into the crease area here inadvertently, pushed the goaltender backwards. The goaltender then couldn't maintain a stance, and so that's why it was called no goal.
Face-off will be won by Slovakia. Shot in by Brodeur to tip that one away up the point. Chance by Maisie. Move back up the near side wall and in deep. It'll be Heatley, Lecavalier, Smith working on this line. I'll tell you the turnovers right now. Radovojevic, a good job by Slovakia to move the puck out of the zone. They've been able to shut it down with just one quick rush, and a good save by Brodeur. Larsage with a quick shot off that left wall. Lecavalier stood up. Sushi came back to get it. Sushi dumps it around the near side boards. Slovakia playing a tough first 7 minutes of this game. Keep in mind, this is a must-win for both teams. The 3 other semifinal teams have already won their games, including Team USA with a victory in St. Paul last night against Russia. So the 4th semifinalist will come from these 2 teams. Lemieux trying to stop it, could not.
What a great job Mike Modano did on face-offs last night, Gary. You were there.
Great assists, man. Great face-offs, and a great night for Tkachuk, Modano, and Guerin. Line that had 11 points in that game last night against Russia. Near side for Mario Lemieux. Lemieux will drop it back deep. Lemieux not wanting to come through the middle. He tried to generate a little room. That's unusual for Mario. It's a little European-style hockey when you dump it back into the other end. 6-1. Only 1 shot for Canada so far, and that came on the 1 power play. Lemieux, there's another. That one a save made. Jan Lasak was there, the 25-year-old netminder. Dumped back in behind the net. Keep in mind, this Slovakian team has not won a game, losing all 3 in that first pool round-robin play. Foot came back to get it, dumped it ahead. Shatan was right up there on him. Miroslav Shatan jammed at it, couldn't get it. That one is going to be whistled as Draper flipped it. We're going to check in with Aaron Andrews. Aaron.
Well, Gary, you mentioned how it seemed that both teams were feeling each other out right now. I saw players from both Canada and Slovakia right before the game. Team Canada seemed very focused. Matter of fact, Marty St. Louis said just because we're Canada, we can't think we're better. I did see a couple of guys from Slovakia. They were the complete opposite, laughing, joking around, kicking a soccer ball. Martin Seabach told me we have nothing to lose and we're going to play like that. Gary?
That's a good point. I mean, they really feel that way.
Well, all the pressure's on someone, and it's not Slovakia.
No. Canada's right here in Toronto, where this loss would be front-page headlines. Zdeno Chara knocked that one away to center. Shane Doan knocked it down, couldn't control it. Again, back through the middle. It bounced off Thornton. Moved back into the zone. Pavel Dimitra's line out there now. Dimitra, Nagy, and Hossa working together. Far side for Doan. Doan will drop it back. Team Canada seems to have decided that the first puck movement is going to be backwards and then try and create some space.
Yeah, well, that breaks up any kind of trap in the neutral zone. If you stagger the D like that, and there you see it. It's a good entry into the zone, but it ends up being an offside play.
No score here. First period, Friday. ESPN2's coverage of the World Cup of Hockey continues. Semifinal action. It'll be Finland or the Czech Republic meeting the USA, depending on the outcome of this game. The Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2. That'll be Friday at 7 from St. Paul. And then Saturday, a game will be played here in Toronto. The participants to be decided by the outcome of this game.
If Canada wins,
They'll
it will be the Czech Republic right here.
Czech Republic with a big upset of the teams playing in the European section of this World Cup of Hockey. Off the near side boards, a little room. Gaborik trying to find somebody. It'll be dumped out of there. Durbach had to get it out in a hurry as Gaborik was already playing up ice. Richards bounced it off the near side wall. Only one back, though, Simon Gagne. Gagne will get stood up and does battle with Sushi. Good play by Sushi right there. Bounced off the side of the net. He and Starbach working defensively to move it out of there, and did. This will be chased by Chris Draper. Draper's had one of the game-winning goals, 14 Canada, in the 3 wins that they have picked up. They beat the U.S. 2-1, Slovakia 5-1, and 3-1 over Russia.
Yeah, and he did not play in the first game. Brendan Morrow did play, but they wanted some energy for the second game against Slovakia, and Chris Draper gave them just that. The same thing has been given the Detroit Red Wings for years.
That one got blocked. Seabach was able to move it out of there. Slovakia making quick line changes early in this game to keep everybody fresh. Turn back up. Ryan Smith trying to run it in. That'll be covered. Lasak was not going to let that one go. We are scoreless, more than halfway through period number 1. Great to have you with us here in Toronto. World Cup of Hockey action. Good first period. Welcome back, everybody, to Toronto. Our Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2. Slovakia, Canada, no score. Vincent Lecavalier out to take the face-off, knocked back in behind the net on the face-off win, won by Pavlovsky. That's Rastislav Stana, who played in Slovakia, not an NHL season for him, who's out there with his line. Dumped back deeper into the zone. Team Canada in red. Brewer held it in. Trying to get it back out in front. Lecavalier is trying to get set up in that low slot. He's jamming in front of the net. Number 4 in red out there. They can't find anybody. Everybody's down low. Both D have moved in. Just a big battle right now in front of Jan Lasak. But they can't get anybody free. Great coverage. Gets tipped away off the near side wall, and it'll be moved up and out by Pavlovsky. You don't see that very often, where everybody's there, and it takes that long to find anyone to pass it to.
Very good patience defensively for Slovakia. They didn't run around. That's what Canada was waiting for. Ryan Smith was waiting for them to run around so there'd be an open man.
A little bit of opening. Sakic backhander. Lasak makes the save. And then taken to the boards by Zdeno Chara's. Sakic cleared back up to the line, and it'll be moved out of the zone. It's cleared by Shatan. They need Shatan to be big in this game. Heatley had it stripped to the puck by Sakic to Lemieux. Lemieux, the wrister. The save and a redirection. Rebounds loose in the blue, and it comes wide. Great opportunity. Moved back out of the zone, though, by Danny Heatley. Couldn't hold it in. Wow. Team Canada, that'll bounce up onto the Team Canada bench.
Well, you know something special is going to happen with this line. Mario Lemieux and his line mates Joe Sakic and Jarome Iginla have talked about it for the last couple of days. They're ready for a breakthrough game. That shot by Lemieux went off the shaft of the stick of Chara, and then it surprised the goaltender Lasak. The puck was loose, and I believe it was Opsuit, number 43, that took the stick away from Jarome Iginla, eliminating a sure open netter for Iginla.
Lemieux's had 1 assist, playing at a +1 in the first 3 games. Adam Foote takes it back in behind the net. Foote turned right into it, but was able to move it up and out of the wall. Sushi quickly backpedaling here. Draper on the drive, had it stripped away again and moved to center. Great poke check made by Nagy that time as he reached in. Draper does battle far side. I'll tell you, the center ice battles right now are heating up. Some pretty good shots. Pavel Demitra will gun that one in. It just got over the line, though. Draper, Demitra, needle on the wall. Slovakia now, you can just feel, as this game goes along, Slovakia's confidence, you can see it coming. It's like, wait a minute, you know something? We're in this game.
That's right.
We're supposed to be behind 2-0 right now. And they're not. And they're playing as physical as Canada is.
It's a much grittier game than we saw in Montreal. A much grittier game where the Canadians won 5-1.
Moved out. Gaborik heads to the net. Return pass to him. Never got there. Gaborik working on a line with Seabach. Seabach goes to the corner. Back for Gaborik in behind the net. Gaborik trying to move it up. He gets sticked along the near side wall and has it taken away by Brad Richards. Good hit by Richards. Wow. Toughness going on. Bartesko put a shot on down there. Team Canada just needs to clear this one out of the zone. Almost had a 2-on-1. Couldn't quite control that one, though. Still bounced off the wall. Simon Gagne moved in to get it. He lost control. And it'll be flipped out for a line change. Slovakia needing one. back end of it, and Brodeur knocked it away. Good save on Sakic. Sakic was the only one out there as they were changing behind.
Yeah, and Scott Hannon of the San Jose Sharks did a good job one-on-one. For more at ice level, let's go down to Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
Thanks, Aaron. Well, I had a chance to speak with Peter Bondra, who is obviously supposed to be playing with Team Slovakia. He had to leave during the round robin. He got a broken wrist. Actually, that was during the exhibition games. He told me he's been watching the games from his home in Maryland, but he was so disgusted with what he's been seeing from Team Slovakia that he actually flew down on Sunday before Team Slovakia played Russia. And we're going to try to interview Peter during the second period and let you know what he's thinking of his team's effort tonight, guys.
And Aaron, we were talking with him. He's got that hand that he's decided not to have an operation on. Peter says the doctors and he have made a decision they're going to let it naturally heal, since everybody expects we're not going to have a start to the NHL season. So he's going to forego the operation for the moment. Niedermeyer got to the red line, dumped it in off the near side, got tied up. Some good checking going on in this Canadian offensive zone by Slovakia. They're just forcing coughovers. That would have been an offside call, and in fact it is, as it came back in.
Well, we talked about Vincent Lecavalier in our open as part of the three-man forward unit that represent the Tampa Bay Lightning here. He's got 3 assists in the 3 games. He's an even, and he's got 9 shots on goal, but this is a good hit on the forecheck, something we saw more and more as he was playing for John Tortorella in the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's become more of a real all-round presence. I mean, taking out bodies. He was really influenced and really impressed with the way that Keith Primo played in the playoffs against Tampa Bay. And I think he got a little bit of that bug, a little bit of that forecheck hit, guys. Make sure guys pay the price against you.
Centering pass got bounced away. That'll be moved out of the zone. Stutnik dumps it off and heads to the net. Marty Brodeur will glove it. Stutnik staying out in front, so he'll hang on and we'll take the whistle. Been a bit of a choppy first period. That's going to favor Slovakia. They do not want Team Canada to get the run and gun game going.
Well, Team Canada's fortunate with Marty Brodeur there. We've been fortunate enough to see him for the last 10 years at the NHL level. And he's a guy that can control the tempo of a game, whether it's rebound control or right there, slowing it down, taking the right type of stoppages of play. And he also knows when to speed it up when his team's going.
Into the middle shot again. That one knocked away. Jan Lasak able to make another save on it. 9-7 face-offs in favor of Slovakia early on. Team Canada winning that last one in the defensive zone. And again, Lemieux's back out there with Iginla and Sakic. Lemieux trying to get it, could not. Spun around. Cleared up the near side boards and out of the zone. Brewer's got to come back from the Edmonton Oilers. Eric Brewer working on defense. He and Adam Foote are the defensive pairing. That got tipped on the Aron side. Jan Lasak holds it up in behind the net. Sushi comes back to get it. Sushi plays with Phoenix. Seeing a lot of ice time early. This defensive core of Slovakia will be tested in this game. Scott Hannon came back. Hannon getting some ice time from back in behind his own net. They get it up the near side wall. They're being forced to dump it in with that trap. Slovakia is using its center, and that will be touched up on the icing call. No score. 5:14 to go in the first. Somebody goes home. Toronto is the site. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, Darren Pang, Aaron Andrews. Full house on hand here in Toronto, of course, hoping Team Canada can move on. The semifinals are next. This is the elimination round. 3 teams have already made it to the semifinals, and Team Canada and Slovakia battling for the 4th spot. Off the dasher for a whistle.
Well, face-off will be on the outside. And so far, you really do have to like the way the Slovakians have come out. And for Team Canada, I think it's going to be more of a mucking, grinding style of game. I mean, I think it's guys like Doan that you're just seeing right there from the Phoenix Coyotes, and Thornton, who's been very good with Draper on that line as well. Time to get the bodies in deep, like we saw with Vincent Lecavalier, eliminating some bodies.
That could be a very big line. Thornton centering Draper and Doan. Because right now this is that kind of a game. That gets knocked down. Draper knocked away into the corner. Draper back to get it. That's Doan. Doan looking for Thornton. Thornton coming back to help out. Poke checked away. Zdeno Chara. Chara with all that strength and size. He is the biggest player weight-wise and height-wise here in this World Cup play. And boy, he is tough to move. Where's number 3 out there for Slovakia? That's him in the corner doing battle. Knocked away by Hossa back in behind the net. Doan giving chase. Battle goes on there. This is going to be a black and blue. Doan again. Great work. Hossa just reached in and pulled it out. Marian Hossa.
They got to be out of gas after that shift. That's this hard work along the board. You never stop moving your feet. So cardiovascular wise, you've just run out of gas.
Canada wins that one because that's a checking line against a highly offensive line for Slovakia. That Slovakia never got their line into the offensive end. So Team Canada will take that if they can get it. Martin St. Louis, that one got dropped off. Played back Seabach with it. Seabach is not scheduled to be with this team, but because of the injuries to Bondrup, Palfi, and Hanzus, they had the call from folks up. Seabach, one of them. Petrovica is another. Cierny is not playing tonight. Pavlovsky's another who's added, and he is playing. That'll be touched up for the icing by Eric Brewer.
Well, they've changed up their line since the last time they played when Marty St. Louis and Team Canada beat the Slovakian team by a score of 5-1. In case you missed it, let's go back. Joe Thornton stripped the puck from Zdeno Chara. That set up the goal scoring. Then Ryan Smith, who had 2 goals in the game, made it 2-0. And then some pretty plays by Team Canada, and they really rolled along there. They got 1 goal right there, and that was by Seabach, but that was all she wrote right there. And afterwards, the Slovakians were very disappointed with the way they finished the second half of that game.
In the first round, 5-1 loss. Canada beating Slovakia. Into the corner, checking Joe Sakic. Heading back in Martin St. Louis along the near side boards. Gagne fired. You see where Team Canada's playing, though. Slovakia will let them play in the corner and pass and rotate as much as they want. They can cycle there all night. You're not going to get any scoring chances there.
Yeah, with a goaltender like Lasak, we're not talking about Dominik Hasek in 1998 in Nagano when Hasek single-handedly beat the Canadian team. We're talking about a very inexperienced player that has only 6 games of NHL credibility under his belt.
Yep.
Put the puck on net and make a save.
Into the middle, a shot on Brodeur is going to go wide. Good play down low again by Stumple. Joseph Stumple, who is the scorer. They sent it back in. This will be a delayed offside call. 3 out. Hannon moved it to the near side and sent back into the middle. Odd man Lemieux dropped it. Shot deflected again. That's Lemieux. Lemieux still got it. Lasak could not hang on to that one. He's getting some help, though, down low and back in behind the net. Sushi's got it. Sushi up the boards. Regier steps in to hold it in. Boy, Regier's playing tough. That's Sakic. Lemieux are both down there for Team Canada. Now Iginla will move over. Batted away by Sushi from Iginla. I mean, these are ferocious battles going on. Joe Sakic. Lemieux picks it up. Back for Sakic. Sakic wants a shot. Gets it. Save Lasak. He didn't get much on it, but he got it on net.
What a shift. Just a tremendous all-round shift from the 38-year-old Marian Lemieux, Joe Sakic, and Jarome Iginla. Lemieux's been physical in this game, Gary.
Very.
I mean, you can tell his conditioning, and the fans here in Toronto are on their feet for the magnificent one, Marian Lemieux. And we see her little backhand pass to Joe Sakic. They played together along with Jarome Iginla.
Boy, that's tough work.
They didn't play together in 2002.
Oh, save, rebound, save. Where is it? In the pads? 2 great chances, and Lasak on the original save had the rebound sent right out in front of him, but he was able to control it and denies Thornton.
Nicely done there. With the puck going right back to Brewer, you see some traffic in front of the net. Looked like that might have been redirected off of Pavel Demitra, but it wasn't. And Thornton was creating a very good screen. So good save by Lasak.
23-goal scorer, Joe Thornton with the Boston Bruins. Thornton wins that face-off. Thornton, they're looking for him back in behind the net. You can see Team Canada trying desperately to get in front. Thornton, Doan will circle back. Pavel Dimitra's here. Demitra. Doan takes it away. Doan has pickpocketed about a half a dozen pucks on his shifts so far in this first period. Minute 50 left to go. No score. Back into the middle. Draper goes to the point. Foot shot. That one got blocked. Kicked away. Brewer holds it in. Brewer, wrister. That gets blocked. Chance for a 3-on-2 the other way. Dimitra looking up ice. Hossa went ahead of him, but he got held up by Brewer. Foot goes back for the puck. Good play right there for Eric Brewer. Brewer stood his man up, and they had the odd man. Draper down the middle. Sulip's going to be off. 2-line.
2-line offside pass. Otherwise, Draper's in all alone. When we're talking about Marian Lemieux and his play and the conditioning that he's gone through and how good he looks right now. Big physical hit there on the boards. He and Joseph Stumple also had a couple of good collisions. Here on this last shift, a little give and go. Nice little pass that he drove hard to the net with a good scoring chance.
Shots are 9-7 in favor of Canada. And over the last 9 minutes, Canada's outshot Slovakia 7-0. So offensively, Canada's come alive in the second half of the period, and it's been these grinders who are getting the chances. Again, moved into the zone. No, it was Gagne going by. Gagne gets it back. Minute 7 left in the period. Straight into the middle. It gets blocked. Ballmeister had gone down through the slot and found a little room. That was for Richards, but it went over. Final minute of the first period. Team Canada, the only team in this tournament that has not allowed a first period goal. They haven't given one yet. Marian Gaborik again. His shot, save made by Brodeur. Gaborik dangerous. And the 2 on him, though. Gagne pushes that one up and out.
That was a rare turnover by Team Canada, going D to D. And basically, you're cherry picking in the neutral zone. That's what Gaborik was doing. They've got all 5 players between the blue lines waiting for that one errant pass.
Here's Smith's chance. Lasak reached, didn't get it, but it was wide. Rastislav on the far side. 26 to go in the period. Great back-checking job. They got to clear the zone, and they do. Lecavalier drops it off. Again, shot saved. Lecavalier never got a second chance. The coverage down low for Slovakia has been outstanding, helping their goaltender. It's been one shot and then clear the puck out of the middle, and Slovakia's done that. Yeah,
you're exactly right about that. And if Lasak starts putting the pucks to the corner, they won't even have to worry about the rebound attempts either. They are doing a very good job.
Offside there, 5.1 left to go. Great to have you with us here. Our Toyota World Cup of Hockey ESPN2 intermission report will be coming up next. Take a look at the teams that have already made it to the semifinals and the upcoming games that are going to be played all in North America. The semifinals and the final right back here next Tuesday here at the Air Canada Center in Toronto. Face-off will be won by Slovakia center ice. They're going to take this 0-0 win as they just flip it up off the dasher, and that'll do it. So the first period shots end up being Canada 10, Slovakia 8. The surprise is the first period score. There isn't any. Mario Lemieux. No surprise that he is hungry and wants it. And in this first period, as Darren said, he showed it not only offensively but with the body. After one,
The World Cup of Hockey lives here on ESPN and ESPN2, and through 20 minutes in Toronto, Canada and Slovakia 0-0. Aaron Andrews drops by with Marian Gaborik, the 22-year-old star of Slovakia. Aaron?
Okay, thanks, Marian. The team really seemed to come up with some jump, got their confidence going. What was the difference in this first period for your team?
It was a much different game than games before for us. So we just try to be very patient and just try to go one guy ahead and try to attack them, and another 4 guys just try to stand up. So it was working out very well for us, and intensity was very good.
Offensively, Canada seems to have come alive towards the end of that period. What kind of adjustments do you guys need to make heading into the second period?
Well, we got more in our zone, try to get the pucks from the board into the neutral zone and try to attack them there. So just got to do a better job down low and get the puck out.
Marian, thanks.
Yep.
All right, let's send it back to the studio for more, guys.
Thank you, Aaron. Barry Melrose and David Amber. And the first time these two teams played in the round robin, Canada dominated, got out to an early lead, and won the game 5-1. Barry, 20 minutes in at 0-0. What's going on?
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. We're both Canadians. We're certainly hoping Canada wins. But what Gaborik was a perfect interview, because they're basically the Minnesota Wild right now. Slovakia is playing exactly how Minnesota played against Colorado a couple years ago in the playoffs. 4 men in the neutral zone, 1 man attacking, but not really very hard. They're hoping Canada makes a mistake in the neutral zone, hoping Gaborik or Hossa ends up with a puck, maybe gets a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1 chance and win the game 1-0 or 2-1. Canada's got to stay patient. They got to get the puck deep. They got to be certain in the neutral zone, no turnovers, but they got to forecheck. When Canada forechecks, when Canada's in there banging, they control the play. They're getting chances. Keep throwing at the net. It's going to be an ugly goal, but that's how Canada and the United States play successfully. Get the puck to the net. Slovakia cannot handle them physically, never be able to handle them physically. Thornton, Iginla, Doan, players like that, make them play a physical game and get the puck in front of the Slovakian net.
Barry, you're saying be patient. Should Canada at all open this game up just a little bit, because they have the offensive stars?
No, that period was fine. Canada didn't get as many shots as they liked, but they took over the play, I thought, the last 12 minutes. And again, you grind in the first period to score a goal in the third period. You hit in the first period to make that guy aware of being hit, and he'll turn the puck over in the third period. That's why you play a big physical style of hockey. It's not going to reap rewards early in the game, but it will in the third period. And that defense says, no way, I'm going in with Doan now. He's hit me 4 times tonight. I'll let him go in first. Doan will go and get the puck, throw it out in front. Draper will score, and Canada will win the game.
I mean, Canada's fourth line has looked pretty good in this game, definitely on the forecheck. Last night, it looked pretty good. The defending champs
United States of America.
The U.S. of A. looked very good. A 5-3 win over Russia, catapulting them into the semifinals. And one man in particular really stole the show. Keith Tkachuk, 431 NHL goals and 4 more last night.
David, when Keith Tkachuk plays hard, this guy's as good a forward as there is in the world. You cannot handle him. He's 6'2", he's 230, he can skate, he's mean, he's got a good touch around the net. And when he's driving to the front of the net, I don't care who you are, there's not a defenseman in the world that can handle him. And you got Madonna's speed, you got Guerin's vision, vision. Great pass here on a beautiful 3-on-2 situation. But Tkachuk, when he's fired up and ready to play, this guy I'll pick on my team over anybody in the world. This guy does it all. He's fired up right now. It looks like the Hull situation with his benching is not a problem in the dressing room. I think there's enough veteran players in that dressing room that they're not letting the Hull situation bother them, which is great. And this team, by far, the best game of the series. So they played 2 good games in a row now, and I think they match it very well against Finland. Really, the only situation is Kiprusoff is maybe a little sharper right now than the American goaltenders, which have been great.
And the U.S., an older team, clearly these 2 more days to rest is a good thing for the U.S. Barry, what are your thoughts? Would they prefer Finland or would they prefer the Czech Republic?
I think they prefer Finland. I think the Czechs are playing the best hockey they played. I think they're dangerous right now. I think they've got more offensive weapons than the Finnish team. I think that'll help the American team because the Americans aren't great defensively, folks. They make a lot of mistakes on their own end. The Finns are not a great offensive team. They play a 2-way style. Everybody on the Finns are good defensively and good offensively. The Czechs, meanwhile, are dangerous offensively. Hayduk's playing good right now. Jágr's playing hard. Havlet's playing hard. A lot of offensive weapons. I think they're happy to have the Finns.
Barry, 3/4 of the semifinal puzzle are in place. We're waiting for the last piece to fall into place. It will fall into place tonight in Toronto.
Keep the faith, baby. Keep the faith.
Slovakia and Canada 0-0. It's a nail-biter in Toronto. More intermission report rolling your way next.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. And Samuel Adams. When you're ready for a distinctive brew, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
Welcome back to Toronto, everybody. Along with Darren Pang, Aaron Andrews, I'm Gary Thorne, and no score as we go to the second period. That in itself a bit of a surprise with Team Canada heavily favored against the Slovakian team. They beat 5-1 in the opening pool play round. Now we're down to the elimination round. One of these teams goes to the semifinals, and one will be done in the tournament. Keep in mind that already we've had 2 of the lower seeds advance. Czechoslovakia and the United States were lower seeds, and they've already moved to the semifinals. That one blasted over Brodeur. Oh, man, what a wind-up by Stumple. Joseph Stumple ripping that as we get underway here in the second period. Looking into the middle, Brodeur saves, sits at the top on the chance by Zednik. Moved out. There's coming back to get it. Iginla was there, knocked away, and back out to center. Jan Lasak was there to get it out of the zone. Mario Lemieux starting. Niedermayer back on defense. Niedermayer looking. Now you've got Thornton, Lemieux working together, and a trip at center ice, and a penalty coming up. There will be a power play. Team USA, our World Cup of Hockey, presented by Toyota. Aaron Andrews, Darren Pang, yours truly, Gary Thorne, here in Toronto. No score. Second period just underway.
Miroslav Shatan's going to go off. It's a neutral zone trip right here. He's standing still, and that's the posture you take when you're playing a defensive style in the neutral zone. And when you're standing still and barely skating, you have to basically lunge at somebody, and that's what happened. Shane Doan had some speed, and he's tripped up in the neutral zone. Good call by the official. Second power play of the night for Team Canada. And the one guy to look for is going to be Jarome Iginla. He has been snake bitten.
Sakic will be working up along the blue line. In shot. Lasak reached out. That one went up and over the shoulder, and a wrister by Danny Heatley. Taken back by Team Canada. They are in red. It was a tripping call 52 seconds in. The second power play opportunity of the game for Team Canada. Iginla going back in behind the net. Puts a little hug on right there as Absut was there trying to knock it away. Sakic back up along the point. Thornton dumped it in. That got deflected. Chara got a stick on it. Wrapped around. Absut trying to clear it out. Could not. Shot. That one's blocked by Chara again. He's just so big you almost hit him even when you're trying not to. Standing out in front of that net, he blocks the last 2 chances. Moving back in front. Attempt on the deflection went wide and off the corner. It'll be Niedermayer covering back up on the point. Danny Heatley moves to the dot. Back into the middle. Set up Iginla. Save made. Rebound cleared out of the zone.
That's 2 good chances from Jarome Iginla. High in the slot is a right-hand shot. He's not staying in the traffic areas. He's backing out. But I think Slovakia is doing an excellent job of blocking that shot. Zdeno Chara got his big foot on the first one by Jarome Iginla.
Slovakia has given up only 1 power play goal on 12 chances so far in this tournament. Brewer's got to come back to get it. And the power play's down to 35 seconds.
Their goals against average, Gary, of 4.33 is the worst in the tournament. They got to be thrilled with what's gone on so far.
Holding off Team Canada, centering pass, shot, score! Vincent Lecavalier!
What a pass from Brad Richards. And again, the chemistry of the Tampa Bay Lightning and the feeling of winning at all costs coming through again here in the second period for Team Canada. Remember, Lecavalier was a late addition when Steve Yzerman couldn't play in this tournament. But it's Richards that makes the play wide and makes a perfect pass as the defenseman Sturbach of the Pittsburgh Penguins doesn't react. And here's the reaction of Jarome Iginla and the rest of Team Canada. That's a huge goal right there. Getting the lead against a team that's playing a trap is enormous.
A 1-0 lead, and Team Canada gets it on the power play, their third power play goal in 16 chances during this tournament, and they are up 1-0. They do it on their 12th shot of this game. Now Slovakia, you would think, got to try and open it up a little. Gagne runs that one in, a high bounce off the back of the net. Big dump in, Martin St. Louis looking to get it out front. St. Louis got Brad Richards there. Got deflected to Richards, but he couldn't hang on as it went by. Hossa will move it out of the zone and send it in. Regier will stay ahead of him. Hossa and Regier go to the boards. Played back into the corner. Shot from the point. That one rolled out the center. Gagne was able to put a block on. Can't control it. Chara will one-arm that one ahead. Lecavalier power play goal, 2:28 of the second. Richards and Brewer the assist. Lasak hangs on to the shot from the half wall.
Well, the brain trust behind this Team Canada is the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And he saw Brad Richards play in 2001 at the World Championships prior to the Olympics in 2002. He knew then he was going to have himself a player in a couple of years, and Richards made that play. Good speed to the outside. A left-hand shot is Lecavalier, so it's an easy slam dunk type of play. You're on the strong side, and you just tap it in there with your skates nearly behind the goal line. Perfect play by Richards. Remember, he did the same thing against Slovakia with Martin St. Louis on a very similar play in their 5-1 win in the preliminary round.
His second assist in the tournament play. That one deflected right back out to center. Team Canada will pick the pace up now. We'll see if Slovakia can react to it. Chara along the near side. That one bounced off the wall by Danny Heatley. Can't move it out. Shot saved by Brodeur. He kicked that one as far as he could. Miroslav Stana had the opportunity. Back into the middle. Heatley, backhander. Lasak trying to hold the short side. Did. Dumped through the middle and just flipped out of the zone. Stumple coming back, could not control. Team Canada, you can just feel the pickup in their play right now. Bowmeister, the 20-year-old on defense, gets it up to the red line. Team Canada will change as Danny Heatley dumped it back into the corner. Ryan Smith came over to get it. Smith reached in, had it once, couldn't control. That one goes by Doan. 3-on-2 chance the other way, now 3-on-3. Puck would not sit for Shatan. Rister, that one way wide, comes up the near side. Shatan didn't have any help on that one, held in. Mazy dumped it down low again. Gaborik's line coming out there, back on top of the point. Almost got by Mazy that time. Gaborik again leaves it, cycling in the corner. Seabach sends it around to the far side, trying to move it out in front. Marian Gaborik couldn't get it. That grind line working against Gaborik's line. Draper cleared it into Doan, who sends it into Niedermeyer into the corner. Loose, high off the dasher. Dropped. Both teams getting line changes down here. Doan trying to center at it, blocked. Doan came right back and got it. Boy, has he played a tough game.
Yeah, he has.
Gaborik starts it up. Slovakia down 1-0. Looking into the middle. Doan was there, couldn't get it. Seabach shot. There goes the stick. Doan's stick went flying as he was able to reach in and partially blocked that shot. Centered shot. Gaborik never got it. Went right off the heel of his stick and nowhere. Thornton moving it down the middle. He won a line change. Whistled on the offside. So Slovakia falling behind, but had a pretty good chance. Into the middle. The look. Martin Seabach. And there goes the stick of Doan.
Yeah, Doan with one hand on his stick. Really the weight of himself right here. Just barely in the grasp of his hand, the knob of the stick. And that just barely caught part of the left side of the body of goaltender Martin Brodeur. Seabach had a glory. That's a good scoring chance right there. Unfortunate thing for Seabach is the puck's rolling, so it's a little bit on end.
Gaborik had a great chance too that went off just barely hit the heel of his stick into the middle. Again, shot, score! Mario Lemieux!
Well, this might be Jarome Iginla's goal. Whether or not Marian Lemieux tapped it in, we're not sure just yet, but he was right on the doorstep with this battle. See, Joe Sakic's got 2 Slovakian players with him. That frees up Jarome Iginla. Jarome Iginla's pass is intended right here for Mario. The puck goes off the stick of the defenseman, it looks like. Maybe the stick of Mario as well. It's his, the darker blade is behind there. Mario, though, did all the work by driving hard to the net. That forces the defenseman off. That makes the goaltender more aware. And a huge goal for Canada with a 2-0 lead.
Maybe inevitable, this team that has the 3rd best goals for in the tournament. Team Canada averaging 3.33 a game coming in. And they've taken a 2-0 lead as they explode here in the 2nd period. We'll wait on the call officially before we credit the goal. Zednik sent it back in. The hit put on by Shutout. And now it's going to be Slovakia really having the battle. Not only did they get behind, but they're behind by 2. Iginla looking, whistle. That's going to be an offside call. Marian Lemieux indeed is credited with a goal, his first of this World Cup play. And for Team Canada, 2-0 lead. The goal coming on the assist from Iginla and Sakic at 5:26.
Peter Bondra of Team Slovakia taking in the game. You said after your injury you were watching the team on television. You weren't happy with what you were seeing, so you came to be with them. What have you been telling your teammates?
Well, I try to help whatever I can. I mean, we know we have a lot of leadership in the locker room. I don't think they need help, but obviously my presence and you know, just to be around. And at the same time, I've been working all summer for this big tournament, and it's such a bad luck for myself to not playing in it. But I'm happy to be here, and hopefully our game will go better tonight.
I saw the expression on your face after Marian Lemieux made it 2-0. What will you tell your team during the 2nd intermission?
Well, I think we still have to stick to our game plan and hopefully have some chances to score a goal. Hopefully our power play will get click better. And, you know, our plan was to play 60 minutes. Hopefully we'll make the length of hockey game 5 hours and play it simple. And, you know, if the game will be tied going in the 3rd period, I think this is our chances are increasing to win a game. But obviously we are down to nothing. You know, we have to stay in our game plan no matter what.
Peter, get better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Aaron, thanks very much. No team has overcome a deficit to win a game yet in this World Cup play. And the team that has scored first, 14-0-1. That's the battle now that Slovakia is up against numbers-wise. More importantly, they're up against Team Canada.
Yeah, but Peter's right in one sense. First of all, you can't swerve away from what your plan is, because they're not good enough to open it up. That's just a fact of the matter. They don't have enough creative centermen to feed only the 6 forwards. They don't have 2 creative enough centermen, I don't believe, to get things going to open it up against the good 4 lines of Canada. And number 2 is they just have to score the next goal.
Brad Richards in front, and that one is wristed wide by Simon Gagne. Another chance for Team Canada right there, intercepted by Barteshko. Barteshko trying to move it out. That one got popped up, fanned on by Meze, trying to move it out of the zone. Team Canada's hot right now and looking for that 3rd goal, as they right now are out skating Slovakia. Played back by and cleared out of the zone in a hurry. That's maybe what Slovakia is going to have to do now. Try and take some of this heat off. Brodeur getting up, testing that right leg.
Scott Hannon, his defenseman, backed into him when he was going back for a little D-to-D behind the net.
Boy, he hit him pretty good right there. Ryan Smith back in behind the net. Smith gets tied up against the wall. Canada able to move it out and lean in. Dino Chara refusing to let refusing to let his man go. Comes loose far side. Starbuck's got it, clears it out of there. Team Canada making sure they are back. Brewer, foot looking. Team Canada wants to change it up. It will when they move it back into the zone. Now Canada taking advantage of the territorial play in the lead and coming up with the shots. That one almost intercepted and swept away on a back check by Ryan Smith. Smith pulled that away. Pazlowski had a chance if he'd have gotten it. Straight down the middle, Lecavalier again, backhander side of the net. He turned around, thought he was going to be able to get it in front, and instead hit the side of the net on the backhand. Orside sends it in high on mighty Brodeur. Marian Lemieux back out. Lemieux the high flip off the glass and out.
What a smart play by Mario to take it on his backhand and flip it off the glass and in. With your back facing the play, it's not an easy thing to do.
Brewer tried to 9-iron that one out of there and didn't get any of it. Turnaround chance. Brodeur knocks it away on Zednik. Zednik's a scorer, as he had 26 goals, 24 assists with Montreal this past NHL season. foot moves it back into his own end. Almost midway through this game in the second period. Team Canada 2 goals in the period to take the lead 2-0. Sakic again to Lemieux. Lemieux to Sakic. Backhanded. Hit the defenseman in front. Lasak turned around. He thought it might have gone into the net, but it never got to him. Moved back in by Zednik. Dropped it to the point. Into the middle. Intended for a deflection. Stumbled. Never got to him. Here comes Iginla. His center shot. Lasak a save on it. And Chara's got to come over to get it.
This could be one of those games, Gary, where, you know, the whole line with Marian Lemieux gets 3 or 4 points.
They're starting to really open this thing up now. All of them are. Team Canada's really skating well. Bouwmeester gunned it in. Thornton tried to redirect, but it went wide. Came off the back of the net and high into the air. Moved out by Shatan. Shatan of Buffalo, 29-goal scorer last year. Can't get it to Dimitra. And it'll be a 2-on-3. Thornton down the middle with a puck. Thornton muscles. His pass shot deflected. Came back up to the dot. 2-on-1 the other way. Unless they can get back on D. Bouwmeester tries and does. And it got blocked into the corner. Bouwmeester on the back check prevented that odd man from developing completely. And they never got a shot off it. Into the middle, Hossa. Hossa trying to drop it off. And it's intercepted by Doan.
And what a veteran play by Scott Hannon as well. Terrific one-on-one player.
Team Canada, their period has been the second so far. Marian Lemieux putting one of them up, 2-0. Our Toyota World Cup of Hockey with Team Canada leading it.
And their head coach, Jan Filch, was just irate at the commercial stoppage of play. Probably frustrated with the fact they didn't get a shot on goal.
Gaborik got it out in front and a save made by Marty Brodeur. One of the best chances Slovakia's had as they finally were able to find somebody free in front of the net.
Well, there's a good shot on goal, so maybe the point and the frustration shown by their head coach pays off. Drive hard to the net and make a play. Make Team Canada and Marty Brodeur work. That's a good pass from behind the net, and Barteshko has a very good chance on the short side.
Good opportunity right there. Seabach leaning in is going to get chased. And he'll step out of there. Marian Gaborik will come on. Gaborik wanted into the corner, but can they control it? Richards had it, lost it. Shot back up to the point. Good hold in by Wisnowski, but that one will go up and over. Canada with a scoring chance advantage. 11-7 so far in this game and a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's chances like that, though, in a 2-0 hockey game where you keep it simple. And I know that puck was rolling, so they really were broken down with Bouwmeester coming back hard. It was originally a 2-on-1 break. But when Marty Brodeur doesn't have to make a save on a scoring chance like that, and that's just a bonus.
This is obviously a game where next goal really matters. 2-1. Slovakia can get it. 3-0. If Team Canada can get it, we get 8:53 to go in the second period as you look at Marty St. Louis.
And you know, another thing with that 2-on-1 break was just before that, Scotty Hannon, the defenseman for our Team Canada, was backing up as Bouwmeester was going back on a regroup. Watch how he inadvertently catches the right leg and the right knee of Marty Brodeur. So I'm sure the coaching staff was saying, get some pucks on net. Let's see if he's hurt, because he spent a couple of moments anyway bending and flexing the right knee. You know, you never know. Might be a groin, might be an ankle, might just be a twinge of the knee, but the goaltender might be thinking.
Good face-off opportunity right there on the win as they got it back into the middle, but Shatan, the shot was blocked, rather, or Radivojevic. Still looking. Down low. Pavlovsky left it to the point, and it squeezes on through. Ryan Smith giving chase. Couldn't get it. Hooked away by Chara. Back into the middle. 2-on-1 down low. Shot. Score! Centering pass by Lecavalier. Ends up off a stick in front. They're getting it down where you want it to be. And Ryan Smith was where he needed to be.
Boy, Canada's doing a wonderful job of driving to the post. They're scoring all their goals that way, making it real difficult on Slovakia in front of their net. And Smith was parked to the right of the goaltender, Lasak, and the play made by Vincent Lecavalier right on the doorstep, and Heatley was on the far side, but Ryan Smith right here causing the turnover. Heatley's backhand pass perfect, and then the backhand pass right on the tape, and the blade of the stick on Ryan Smith on the right side of your screen on the ice, and just able to redirect it past the right leg of the goaltender. But it all starts with good pursuit of the puck by the Canadian players. Ryan Smith and Danny Heatley doing a great job.
So a 3-0 lead as Team Canada gets them all here in the period. Marian Lemieux on the intercept. Lemieux's got Iginla in the middle. Goes to him again. The back Sakic shot. Oh, what a setup! Joe Sakic! Sakic, Iginla, Lemieux combined to make it 4-0 Team Canada.
Wall's caving in here for Slovakia. I look for them to make a goaltending change to stop the bleeding here. They've just gone double bogey, double bogey. But what a play by Marian Lemieux in the neutral zone. Marian Lemieux's the left winger, and he was basically a left wing lock right there. And he stifled the play right there by Stumple, and Mario's backhand pass here was extraordinary. Right on the tape to Iginla. Iginla finds Joe Sakic, and there's no one in the game that can release the puck as quickly as Joe Sakic. Right past the stick side of the goaltender Lasak, who's got to move from his right to his left to his right, and he doesn't have enough to stop that wrist shot by Joe Sakic. But what a play by that line and that threesome.
And they will change netminders. Lasak will come out, having surrendered the 4 goals in this game on 17 shots. And it'll be Rastislav Stana, property of the Washington Capitals, 24 years old, who has played only 1 NHL game, coming on for Slovakia. So Team Canada held to nothing, 0-0 first period, but here in the second, with all their talent, an explosion of offense.
Yeah, well, you see the look of the guys. Kevin Lowe was on the right, Steve Tambellini was in the middle, and a big sense of relief here. And obviously Mario makes the play in the neutral zone, and then he feeds it over to Iginla. I mean, that's just a perfectly executed play as a result of a bad turnover by Stumple in the neutral zone.
So a new netminder in, of course, does not get to warm up. The NHL rules apply. Into the middle shot, that's how you get to warm up. Doan with the opportunity.
You've never been a goalie at this level.
Oh, man.
Well, sometimes that's a good way to warm up because you're not thinking.
Yeah.
You just jump into the net, and there's no pressure on you, and you just have to react. And I know there was some concern over who to start in net before this game started. There were many inside the organization with Slovakia that really wanted Stana to start this game, but they went with their guy that won them a world championship in 2002 in Lasak.
So Stana's in there now, and a 4-0 lead for Team Canada. They got 2 goals in 19 minutes. Artie Brodeur batted that one away. Seabach able to knock it down, takes a shot, blocked by Brewer. Gagne played it off the wall. St. Louis looking for Richards on the other side, but didn't have anywhere to go with it. Wisnowski was there to take it away. Vladimir Wisnowski out of Nashville moved that one, LA rather, moved it ahead. Seabach in behind the net, won't get to it. Brodeur does. Wisnowski again steps up, knocked away by Gagne, and out the center. That's in on a 2 guys offside whistle. 7:22 to go. So right now, Team Canada pretty much in charge of this game. If they win, they will play here on Saturday against the Czech Republic team. And the heavily favored club's got a 4-0 lead.
Listen, Slovakia has shown no urgency or desperation in the offensive zone for their top players. Let's face it, Miroslav Stana at some time has been very unattentive, unaggressive, lacking urgency. We haven't seen anything from Stumple. We haven't seen anything from Marian Hossa, and we've barely seen anything from Marian Gaborik. So what leads us to believe that they can bounce back?
Nothing.
You know, I was impressed last night with the Russian team.
Yeah,
when they were behind,
hard.
they battled back and they battled back, and they made that certainly a wonderful hockey game. But they need more here on Slovakia. This is a team that stunned the hockey world, I thought, by winning the 2002 World Championship.
They are headed up. Wayne Gretzky's counterpart is the great Peter Stastny, Hall of Fame member, who played in the NHL for some 15 years. Stastny's the head of the management group that put this team together, and saw Peter before the game, not happy with the performance of this team. Keep in mind, they've only had 10 years of hockey as such. They were part of the Czechoslovakian nation. Now, for the last 10 years, since '93, with the division of those countries, Slovakia has got its own hockey program. They've never won a World Cup play game. They're 0-6 coming into tonight's game in that regard. So Peter Stastny will have to do some more retooling with his group. Peter was one of those who thought Stana would be the starter in this game. But he said, I don't overrule my coach, and my coach doesn't want him starting, so he didn't.
Well, the one thing in their favor, Gary, is they're the 3rd youngest team in the World Cup. Their average age is only 27. So that is in their favor.
They do have firepower, and there are no excuses, but they had some big injuries, too, obviously, to key players. That next shot got blocked as Brodeur reached out for it, held in by Sushi on the far side, now jammed into the corner. Lemieux coming over. Radovojevic got it behind the net. Marty Brodeur with the lead decides he wants to wander and picks up a penalty. Brodeur is going to pick up a tripping call. Marty Brodeur reaching out with a stick, but it said 4-0. He decided, you know something, I'd like to get into some of this play too. He did. His team's leading. Those are the celebrations.
The line of Mario Lemieux, Joe Sakic, and Jarome Iginla getting the job done tonight. Jarome Iginla said his career changed when he played with those two gentlemen in the Winter Olympics of 2002. He said he would watch everything Lemieux and Sakic did on and off the ice, and he's tried to emulate that, particularly in the playoffs of his own. He said, what would Sakic and Lemieux do in these situations, guys?
Score, 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 Aaron. And that's exactly what's happened here. We get a chance, we'll update you. Canada got 4 goals in 9 minutes 20 seconds. The last 2, Smith from Lecavalier and Heatley, Sakic from Iginla and Lemieux.
Well, for Jarome Iginla, he didn't show any frustration after getting several glorious chances in his first 3 games. He didn't have any goals after that perfect give and go there with Marian Lemieux against Slovakia. Tonight, he thought he had one. It was disallowed goal, and it was the right call. Then he had a couple of more chances, and they were blocked before finally putting the puck towards Lemieux. And I still believe when they look at that closely that the goal will be rewarded to Jarome Iginla and not Mario. That went off the defenseman's stick, and I don't believe it touched the blade of Mario.
You're saying that here in Canada, they will take a goal away from Mario Lemieux? How much? I don't bet, but
well,
how much?
The odds are better here in Toronto than in Montreal.
Well, fair enough. Blocked, and look at that. Little tic-tac being played by Marty Brodeur. Off the chest, off the blade, into the glove. You get a 4-0 lead as a goaltender, you get to kind of show off here.
Well, he's got such great hand-eye coordination, too. I mean, I think he can bat a pea out of fog with a one-timer. He's just got that knack. Look at this, a little save off the big belly pad. Whoop, right up. Okay, off the stick, calmly into the glove. That's some great athletic ability by Brodeur.
Marty Brodeur pitching a shutout so far here, as Canada's got the 4-0 lead in the second period. 5 minutes left to go. Back into the middle, Gaborik. Gaborik will move it in. Gaborik looking into the middle. One too many passes again. Seabox. Slovakia has just been hesitant to shoot. They've made that extra pass. Gaborik leaves it on top. Power play underway here with that penalty picked up by Brodeur. A chance to get on the board. That one whistled wide. Wisnowski with a shot high and wide. 19 shots Canada, 15 for Slovakia. The power play chance created by Brodeur's trip. That'll roll to the blue line. Did not come out of the zone. Niedermayer this time makes sure it goes. And they'll change up on the penalty killing unit.
Maybe there's a little intimidation, too. I mean, you've got a lot of young Slovakian players, even though they're very talented NHL players, you know, thinking we got to make the perfect shot against Marty. Sometimes the ugly ones are the ones that end up going in the net.
Marty Brodeur has done that to young and old players in the National Hockey League.
You got that right.
By forcing plays like that. Gaborik on the half wall on the far side right there. Wisnowski's playing the point. They look to the near side boards. One-timer. Good save by Brodeur. Shatan at the opportunity. Penalty is over. They do not convert. They get 2 shots on that power play chance. Still, they have not got anything on the board. And 5-on-5 hockey. Doan will flip that one out. Hits a Slovak player headed onto the bench, so that'll be whistled as it came back into the zone offside. Let's take a look at our Sam Adams World Cup Summer. United States advanced with their victory. Kachuk in a 4-goal game. Finland defeated Germany 2-1. Czech Republic, they got there with an upset win over Sweden. So 3 teams already in, and one of these 2 will move on.
What an impressive performance last night by Team USA. Obviously the top line there with Billy Guerin and Keith Kachuk and Mike McDonald. They made some hard decisions whenever you take out some prominent players. But in this situation, in this format, it has worked out to the benefit of Team USA. They've been the right calls by Ron Wilson.
All the play from the semifinals to the final, which will be next Tuesday here, going to be played in North America, as the victors, the Czech Republic and Finland, have already arrived from the European play where they finished 1 and 2. They get set to play here, and obviously in North America, what everybody's hoping for, let's just be fair or blunt about it, I guess is the term, is they're hoping to see the U.S. and Canada. Shot by Gagne, deflected into the corner. Hossa got a stick on that. Cleared up and out.
Finland's got some controversy with Jani Niinema of the New York Islanders walking out on the team.
Yeah.
He had some problems with the head coach, and that caused such a ripple on that team that they barely beat Germany 2-1 on the late goal.
Yep. Team USA controversy with Brett Hull's statement, which we can't repeat completely, but allegedly saying that he didn't care about the fans when he was asked. He's obviously upset about the fact he's not playing right now for Team USA. I really don't believe Brett meant that, but I do think he said it. It's just Brett Hull. The team went on and won anyway. That's the first time we've had a scrum in this game. A little frustration. Dave Amber, I hope there's no frustration there. David.
No frustration at all, guys.
I tell you not to be worried. Relax.
Calm down. Everything's working
will work out.
Just fine. Things worked out for the U.S. in the second intermission. We'll take a look back at their big win over Russia and Canada. Explosive right now.
Canada's playing the way they're supposed to. Grind it out, score ugly goals, and score some pretty goals.
Setting up a very interesting Final Four. Guys, take it away. Rest of the second period.
We are down to 2:31. They will join us here at the second intermission and take a look at that USA win last night.
Barry knows about gritty, ugly goals.
Did he score any?
Seen him skate?
Yeah, just leave that there. Baumeister held it in along the point. Iginla knocked it away. Good backup pass by Sakic. Almost got through. He had Iginla cutting. Iginla, Lemieux, and Sakic are doing the same thing we saw last night from Tkachuk, Madonna, and Billy Garrett.
You know Barry will get me back, huh?
Oh yeah.
You know,
You'll be listening during the intermission now because you know he's going to have something to say to you.
I'm glad he cut off some of the back part of his hair. I hope he saved some of that. I could throw it on my head. That'd be all right.
He went from 6'1" to 5'10" in a matter of one haircut visit.
Barry scored 10 NHL goals.
10 NHL goals, and they all were the dirty type. Down low.
Yeah,
probably off somebody else's stick with Barry winking to the official as he went by.
From the point, little wrister went off someone's rear end on the other team and right behind the goal.
One of those. Oh yeah, I thought so. They go back in behind the net, and that'll be touched on the icing call. Face-off coming the other way. Slovakia 0-3 in this first round, and now here in the elimination round, down 4-0 with 2 to go in the period.
Well, one guy that Barry would really like, and I know we don't see enough of Jay Baumeister of the Florida Panthers during the year. At 20 years of age, this guy is a star, and he is just going to be a top defenseman for a long period of time, and for him to get in this lineup is a bonus. I don't think they expected him to be here, but with the injury to Wade Redden, he jumps right in.
He is one of the youngest players of Czech, and of course from Russia is only 18 years old. He is 20 years old playing here. Baumeister is. What a great experience just to be around these players, much less having the opportunity to be out there playing. There
Unbelievable.
Baumeister was there in the corner number 3. Slovakia looking to get when the redirection went wide. Meze had moved back into the middle. The defense trying to join the play now here with 1:29 to go in the second period. Slovakia wants to get on this board right now. Battle goes on in the corner. Puck still loose. And Team Canada, Baumeister will move that one through the middle. He will gain the red, dump it in, go for a change. Stana coming on after the 4 goals given up on 18 shots by the starter, Jan Lasak, who is now out of the game for Slovakia. Near side for Doan. Doan saw the hit coming, protected the puck. 1 minute to go in the period. And it was cleared out by Sakic. Doan dumps it back in along the wall. Niedermeyer goes back in behind the net. Thornton is out there. This line stays together. Thornton's on the near side. Doan comes back into the middle and moved back in. Regier looking. Takes the puck way back in behind the net. Doan's dump will go to Marian Hossa. And Hossa will start it up. 36 goals for Hossa with Ottawa last year and 46 assists. Bounced into the corner. Keep in mind, this team, Canada's got 7 players who led their NHL teams in scoring. You talk about some firepower. Slovakia's only got 1 such player. Moved back along the near side and sent in a suit. And right now they just can't find any room in front. With 10 seconds left to go, that's going to be touched up for the icing call. Want to remind you, coming up in just a few seconds, our Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2 intermission report. As David Berry will be along, take a look at Team USA's victory over Russia. Lecavalier from Richards and Brewer, Lemieux from Iginla and Sakic. Smith from Lecavalier and Heatley, Sakic from Iginla and Lemieux. 3 even strength goals, 1 power play goal, and a 4-0 lead. Mario Lemieux comes back out. Foot knocked it away or tried. It bounced over off Brodeur's paddle though. Suit along the point got tied up by Lemieux. It sent all the way up the other way, and that's going to do it. We've completed 2 periods in the second period. A charm. Vinny Lecavalier, part of it. 4 goals. Lemieux credited with 1. The 4 goals came in a matter of 9 minutes and 20 seconds. And Team Canada shows why they are such a favored team in this World Cup play. Hail to the Maple Leaf in the second period. Canada 4, Slovakia 0.
Welcome to the ESPN studios. Barry Melrose and David Amber, and we welcome in a special guest, Ron Wilson, the head coach of Team USA, the man who coached Team USA to the World Cup championship back in 1996, joins us. Coach, after last night's performance where you beat Russia 5-3, Keith Tkachuk described it as the same tingly feeling that you guys had back in 96. Do you feel the same way?
Well, I think we're getting close to that feeling, guys. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. I think the hill's a little bit steeper to climb, especially with the way this game's going. We're going to be facing Finland, and they're a very disciplined team. In '96, we had to face the Russians, and they were a little bit in disarray. The way we played that game, it was almost automatic. I remember it being in Ottawa before we moved on to the finals, but we're going to have our hands full. It starts with Mika Kiprasov, and I mean, they've got just a great group of forwards and defense as well. They move the puck very well, very disciplined in their trapping style of play. So we're going to have to come with the same approach that we've had right now. But there is that good feeling, and it comes with winning a couple of games. And, you know, our feet are going forward right now, and we feel good about ourselves.
Well, Ronnie, I'm going to give you some credit. I think the move that turned your team around was the taking Brett Hull out of the lineup and putting the younger, faster legs in. The one question from a coach to a coach is, I can see why you took him out the one game. Did you ever think about putting him back the next game for his scoring ability?
Well, it just wasn't Brett Hull. We've got some other great hockey players out. Brian Rolston is one of my favorite players in the league, to be perfectly honest with you. And Craig Conroy had a great year this season, taking and being a part of a Stanley Cup finalist. I just couldn't look the players that we brought into the lineup and what we told them that they had to do squarely in the eye and say, you didn't get the job done, now you've got to step aside for these other fellas. We needed that kind of an effort to beat the Russians. We got that effort. We kind of have an identity as a team right now, and we're going to have to continue to play the same way if we want to win the World Cup.
What's the difference, Ron? Why so hard and so good the last two games and so poorly the first two games? What happened to change the mentality of your team?
Well, I think more than anything, we came out early in the tournament. In our the pre-tournament games, we were forward-checking very aggressively. And then I kind of got carried away, pressing it hard in practice to drill these things home. And I think personally I took some of the starch out of our team by having a couple of hard practices. In addition, you know, our guys are involved in golf tournaments and things like that. And when we got finished with Canada, which was an emotional game for us and a very well-played game from our point of view after the first period, we just didn't have any energy when we played against the Russians. And I look at this, up to this point, we've had one poor outing, one poor period against Canada, and other than that, we played quite well. So we feel good about ourselves, and you have to peak at the right time in a tournament like this. Canada showed that in the 2002 Olympics. They're on a roll right now, but as you know as a coach, it's awful tough to win 6 games in a row. A little bit easier to win 4, and that's what we're hoping to be able to do.
Ron, David Amber here in the ESPN studio again. Before Friday's game against Finland, what about your pregame speech? What sort of elements do you want to hit there?
No, we just want to talk about being consistent, digging in, establishing our forecheck, playing our game, which is down low in the corners and winning battles in front of the net. Obviously, it worked last game. When we can activate our big bodies, people like Billy Guerin and Keith Tkachuk, it opens up room for a great player like Mike Modano. You know, under the radar here, Mike had a great game. He had 4 assists. And it's been a while since Mike felt that good about himself. So we've got to create that same sort of energy, getting the Halpern, Konowalchuk, Langenbrunner line out there. Scotty Gomez has played great. Dougie Wade has too. So there's a positive feeling. We just have to maintain that. We've had great goaltending. Some of our young defensemen have gotten their feet wet right now. People like that I think of that come right immediately to mind. Someone like Paul Martin, who nobody really has spoken much about, has really come in and gotten the job done for us. That takes the pressure off of Brian Leetch and Chris Chelios. Brian Rafalski's one of the better defensemen in the league. So we have a nice little balance. We just have to maintain our momentum.
Ron, you've been the coach since '96 of this World Cup team. You probably will be Olympic coach. Is it a problem for you on the horizon? Not a lot of great young American talent when you look at the young Russian talent, the young Slovak talent, the young Canadian talent. Is there a pause here in the American talent age-wise?
Well, there seems to be a little bit of a gap between one generation to another, but we do have a lot of great young players coming, those players who played on the junior team that won the World Championship this year. But I think, you know, in fairness to some of these other guys, we haven't given them a chance. We as a group have decided to go with the people who've done it before and wanted to be involved in this tournament. People like Brett Hull, who maybe hasn't been able to get the job done, or we decided to go down another road. That doesn't mean that Brett can't turn around and have a great season when we get started in the NHL this year. Is currently, we have to just go with the people who got us there. But we might struggle in the next Olympics, but who knows? Some of these young kids that have been untested might come through for us, and that's all we can hope for.
All right, Ron Wilson, you've been a big part of U.S. hockey. Of course, the captain of the 1988 Spengler Cup winning team, and yes, the coach of the 1996 World Cup champion team as well. Good luck making it now 3 championships, bringing to the U.S. of A.
Okay, thanks, guys.
That was Ron Wilson. Could be another possible final showdown with Canada. They're in control 4-0 through 40 in Toronto. More intermission rolling your way next.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
Welcome back, everybody, here in Toronto, where Canada's got the 4-0 lead over Slovakia. The winner moves on to the semifinals, and it'll be it for the loser. Darren Pang, I'm Gary Thorne. Aaron Andrews downstairs with us, and for Team Canada, it took first period zip. Second period, though, they really showed us what they are.
Yeah, we saw Wayne Gretzky roaming the hallways here in the broadcast gondola in Toronto, and there's a little look of relief, like, you know, not that there was panic in the first period, but they weren't quite playing their game of hockey, and I think everything sort of settled in there in that second period. And obviously, with a 2-0 lead and a 2-on-1 break by Slovakia that didn't result in a shot on goal, right after that, Gary, 2 quick goals by Team Canada makes it a 4-0 game and a change in goal for Slovakia. So they're in a good position now to rest a lot of players if they want to.
Marian Lemieux comes back out there to start with the line. Joe Sakic, that one dumped into the middle, will be covered up. And we are underway here in the third period. Rastislav Stana in as he came on for Jan Lasak, who gave up the 4 goals to Team Canada.
Well, tonight this is the big line, and Mario said to me this morning that they're due to really break out. They've had 11 shots on goal and a +6 at even strength between Joe Sakic, Jarome Iginla, and Mario Lemieux. And they have taken away the goal from Mario Lemieux, and it wouldn't surprise me if Mario went to them and said, hey, listen, I never touched that puck. Jarome Iginla does get credit for that goal that made it a 2-0 game. Sakic and Brewer will get the assists.
So Iginla on the board with a goal and an assist in this game. Mario Lemieux helping out with an assist on the last goal. That one's centered into the middle. Now Team Canada obviously will be concerned about defense, and also the opportunity for Marty Brodeur to come away with a shutout here in this game against Slovakia. That's an impetus to keep playing here in this period. Moved back. Draper got it back into the corner. Doan knocked down. Played by Thornton. Thornton leaves it near side, and Chara will chase it down. Zdeno Chara cleared it up, not out. Draper held it in. Thornton off the dasher with it. Thornton goes back up onto the point. This is Adam Foote. He'll just ship that one back in behind the net. Doan with it. Doan turning. Thornton looking down the slot. Backhand. Never got the shot off. Had it poke checked away by Hossa, and it's cleared out of the zone. And there is an icing call coming on the touch by Adam Foote. Want to remind you, ABC's Monday Night Football officially opens its 35th anniversary season. The Super Bowl champion Patriots take on the Colts. It all happens Thursday night, September 9, on ABC Sports Championship Television. 9 o'clock's the time on Thursday. Pats are not heavily favored, but certainly favored to get to the Super Bowl yet one more time. See how they do against the Colts to open it up. That'll be cleared back out of the zone. Team USA controlling here the start of the first 2 minutes in this period. Taken back by Suchier from behind the net. Again, bounce to center, and again Canada's right there to knock it away. Sent in wide. It'll be tough here for Slovakia to try and pick it up. This is where you really have to look for someone who digs down deep. Gaborik may be one of those who can do it. Gaborik moves it into the zone. Gaborik backhands it into the middle. Marty Brodeur didn't have to make a save as the deflection went wide. Meze had moved in from the defensive point to redirect that. Now with Team Canada changing, Slovakia had a little room. Wisnowski shovels that one into the corner. Lecavalier will come back to help. Off to Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester got it off the board. Danny Heatley trying to move it in. Heatley playing with Atlanta, one of the young stars of the National Hockey League, former Calder winner, Rookie of the Year. Here coming back on the touch and an icing call.
Well, one of the interesting players for the Slovakian team is Jaroslav Stana, and he just hit Joe Thornton from behind just a moment ago, but this guy has played everywhere. In the Western Hockey League, number 43 in the white has played for Swift Current, Edmonton, and Medicine Hat. In the minor leagues in North America, he's played for Toledo, Raleigh, Syracuse, Worcester, Augusta, Georgia, Manitoba, Peoria, and Hershey. He's played for St. Louis Blues 4 games and the Colorado Avalanche for 3 games. This kid loves hockey to go through all that.
Voters is on the line right now. They'd like to talk with him about perhaps joining them in order to rate restaurants and hotels.
Isn't that something, though?
That's a lot of places right there. Knocked away by Vinny Lecavalier, sends it back in. He has a bag that is constantly packed. He has never unpacked since becoming a pro hockey player. Wisnowski sends it in. There's Regier. Moves it up the near side boards. And he'll just feather that one down deep. Mario Lemieux is giving him the chase. Far side Iginla. Lemieux set up in front. Sakic coming back to get it. Had it intercepted. Iginla poke checked it away. Shatan able to move it out of the zone. Zednik will move it out. 26 goal scorer down the wall. Zednik trying to get a backhander off. Got cut off by Eric Brewer. And then taken to the wall. Puck still there. Brewer came in to help out. Brewer putting the hug on Joseph Stumple as they separate behind the play. Sakic will send it in. We'll see quick line changes here. Team Canada and Slovakia will do that. As obviously Team Canada doesn't want to play anybody excessively here in this third period with a 4-0 lead. The center gets bounced back outside the line. Chara coming back to get it.
You know, Gary, that's all about team discipline as well. You know, when you're leading by a score of 4-0, you find out a lot about your players as they're hanging on, having a 1.5-minute shifts, causing the next line to alter their shifts. Then you know you're not on the same page. But when you're all just going and changing and not being selfish that way, it really shows something.
Let's check in with Aaron.
Well, Gary, forget where's Waldo. How about where in the world is Team Finland? They're actually here tonight. Not in the arena, but they're in town tonight in Toronto. They got in town yesterday. They went through a skate today on the ice. And, of course, they're waiting for the outcome of this game. If this score stands, they will be heading to St. Paul to play Team USA. Guys?
Little practice time was opened up for the teams that arrived. The Czech Republic team and Finland. And they, as Aaron said, they did have to wait to see where they were going to play. Finland will be going to play in St. Paul in all likelihood against Team USA. That'll be on Friday night.
But Gary, why on earth would they come here? Why not go right to St. Paul?
They like the restaurants. Off the far side, knocked away by Draper, and there's going to be a penalty called here. Not facetiously,
you know what I mean?
Because St. Paul's got great restaurants, and I've been eating at them for the last week,
Yes, you
and
have.
they've been good.
Pazzaluna.
I don't know why they came here. I have no idea. There's our Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2 matchup list right there. U.S.-Finland in all likelihood on Friday, 7 o'clock ESPN2. Right back here in Toronto, the Czech Republic and Canada Saturday at 6:30. ESPN2 will have that game. The championship is Tuesday at 7 from Toronto.
And let's make that clear. Canada has to hold on to this 4-0 lead, which we are assuming will happen. If not, it switches around.
Don't even start.
No, I won't. Don't worry.
5 minutes into the third period. Power play opportunity. Hooking call on Draper at 4:43. This is the third power play of the game for Slovakia. They have not been able to convert, obviously, with nothing up on the board. Point chance. Brodeur is there. And Brodeur will get some protection out in front. Hard shot. Shatan, who's working on the power play along the blue line.
Easy one for Marty to control. Brodeur gets out there. Niedermayer's coming out and he's trying to actually intercept the shot. And Simon Gagne the same way, a little bit of screen there, but no rebound off the big fat belly pad that Marty Brodeur wears. A lot of the goaltenders tuck their belly pad, it's a chest protector, inside their pants. He keeps it outside, and that's why it looks so big and bulky. But what it does is it really helps absorb some of those high shots.
Pretty nifty stick handling right there by Shatan, who had to knock that away. Iginla was up looking for the short-handed opportunity. Team Canada has not given up a power play goal. This is the 14th chance against them in this World Cup of Hockey, and they have denied everybody, while Slovakia has had just one power play goal, and this their 11th chance of the tournament. Gaborik gets upended by Adam Foote, who will play the puck up and out to Joe Sakic. And Sakic will gain the red, takes a look. They're going to change it up 2-on-2. Sakic keeps it going. He'll head to the net. Iginla dumps it off the near side. Short-handed. Team Canada. Gagne will send it into the corner. 42 seconds left to go. Slovakia on the power play, down 4-0 here in the third period. Off the near side, new power play unit. Wisnowski working a point. Had to dump it in, trying to get it to Hossa. Near side boards, it will be clear. And played by Stana at the other end.
Gary, I know that we all have marveled at some of the plays that Pavel Demitra has made in his NHL career. But in this tournament, this is the third game that I've done that Slovakia has been involved. He's an unrestricted free agent. And you know what? I haven't seen very much of him. You know, and this is a time and place where you're in a situation on a platform to really perform and show a lot of teams out there, you know, that they would like to sign you as an unrestricted free agent.
Point well taken. That one bounced, and Brodeur will hang on to Hossa's chance. This whole Slovakia team, with all of these high-priced scorers that we've talked about, just have not produced the way it was expected. Team Canada leading. Great to have you with us here in Toronto on ESPN2. Our coverage of this World Cup of Hockey 2004. Will it be the last hockey we're going to see for a while? The question that gets asked all around these buildings as these games go on. Shot from the point. Marty Brodeur had that one bounce off the glove. The irony is the contract of the NHL is due to expire on the night of the championship game that'll be coming up next Tuesday. In front, wraparound shot, never got that off. It got blocked. Played back in behind the net. Bouwmeester trying to move it out of there. Couldn't. Team Canada will take it back the other way. And Bouwmeester will get it right back. Lecavalier's on the right side. Little dump pass to him by Ryan Smith off the boards. Vincent Lecavalier, goal and an assist in this game. Team USA got Team Canada rather 4 goals in a matter of 9 minutes and 20 seconds in that second period. The explosion that's given them the 4-0 lead. Lecavalier the intended. This will be a 2-line offside on the touch. Down to 12:24 left to go in the third. The hardest working pregame show gets you set for the dawn of a new season. Chris Berman, Steve Young, Michael Irvin, and Tom Jackson. They get you primed for the NFL kickoff weekend. NFL Countdown, ESPN, Thursday at 7 Eastern Time. Off the draw, Joseph Stumple moves in. There's another name we haven't heard much of in this tournament either. And Stumple's a very talented player and a scorer. We haven't seen much out of that. Got a break for 5. Shot. Score! They get it ended up in a 2-on-1 on this Lemieux line. Just can't stop him. Iginla the goal.
Second goal of the game for Jarome Iginla. Snake bitten in his first 3 games. Just like we saw last year in the playoffs. Every time the focus was on Jarome and everyone around thinks he's frustrated or doesn't have that knack, he just keeps saying, I'm getting chances, they're going to go in. When you get great backhand passes like that with no one around you and able to fire that off your wrong foot, it disguises the shot from the goaltender's point of view. And from his own zone and through the neutral zone, all he has to do is keep skating forward. And a perfect pass from Marian Lemieux right on the tape and past the stick side of the goaltender, Stana.
And a 5-0 lead as Iginla puts it home. And Team Canada continues to flow here. And that line of Sakic, Iginla, and Lemieux on fire in this game. Any connection between the fact they sat and watched Team USA play last night? Saw Kachuk, Nadano, Guerin line play the way they did. Maybe wanted to answer that here in this game. They have done that.
In big games, your big guys got to come to play. Yep. That's a fact of the matter. It always has been.
Gagne trying to center that one. It got bounced away before it got through. They had Martin St. Louis cutting towards the net. Brad Richards, St. Louis with the puck. Brad Richards. He takes the chance, deflected in the air. Backhander up in the air and off. Simon Gagne. Shot deflected off the goaltender's stick and up into the netting. 2 chances for Team Canada. 7:49, goal number 5. Iginla is second of the game. Lemieux and Sakic picked up the assists on it to make it a 5-0 Team Canada lead.
Well, for Mario Lemieux, he did some training in the offseason with T.R. Goodman with the pro camp at Venice Beach. Well, T.R. Goodman's had some good luck because he has also had some other winners. Jennifer Capriati also went there and has been working out. Jennifer Capriati, of course, beat Serena Williams in that match right here in the U.S. Open. And so Mario just looks so good. He looks so fresh. He looks so fit. Best I've seen him look in years. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he said last week it's the best I've felt in years. Well, Mario Lemieux is making that shown to be true with the way he's playing on the ice. Played back in behind the net. Niedermeyer will pick that one up. Move back Brewer. In Canada trying to push it out of the zone. It's blocked. Shot fanned on in the corner. Hossa. Marian Hossa's had a couple of chances in the game and never able to do with it. Brewer and Hossa get into it. Held in at the point. Shot by Brodeur. Brodeur wants that shutout now with a half a period left to go. He'd like to put that one up on the board, and his teammates know that. That one deflected. Hossa in front, tries to bring it back, tries to shoot it off the back of Brodeur, but it hit the net. Hossa behind the net again. Hossa just drops it off. Nagy comes to the front, backhands it. Brodeur held the short side. Big pile up down on the ice and a whistle.
Oh, Steve Walcom didn't see it. He saw the push with the glove in the offensive zone, but the player on Slovakia used his stick and he was screened on. The referee just didn't see that happening. As we take a look again with the brackets that are going to take place here in the Toyota World Cup of Hockey right here on ESPN2. The U.S. and Finland, boy, don't disregard Finland. That is a good group of hockey players with Mika Kiprasov in goal. They've got a defensive unit that's very strong, and they play for one another. The only thing that concerns me is the adversity that surrounded Jani Niinimaa leaving that team and their lackluster effort in the win against Germany. But the Czech Republic are a team that were awful for 3 games, and now they've come on, and they're a dangerous team.
Well, that one gets knocked away. Finland is led so far. Kimmo Timonen, Juri Lehtinen, Saku Koivu, Teemu Solani playing for them, Niko Kapanen, Olli Jokinen. Those are some of the players that will be involved as Finland is here and ready to go. And you've got Kiprasov in net. And that is a tough team. That'll be moved back out of there. Also, don't discount the Czech Republic. They've outscored opponents 16-3 over the last 7 periods. The Czech Republic moving on with what many thought was a surprise win in order to make it into the semis and into North America.
Mario Lemieux's line has been a big part of this 5-0 lead. Let's skip back to the second period when it was all Team Canada there. Jarome Iginla. Originally, Lemieux got credit for the goal. It went to Iginla. And then a nice little play on the doorstep for Ryan Snook, who's got 3 goals in 2 games against the Slovakian team. Here in the third period, a great pass from Mario Lemieux on the backhand. Right on the tape to Jarome Iginla. He's got 2 in this game.
And a 5-0 lead with 9:20 left to go in this third period. Back through center. Brewer coming back to get it. Brewer's been involved offensively for Team Canada as well. He's picked up a couple of assists so far in this game. Played around the boards. Sakic let it go by. It ends up going through the D.
You have to keep in mind that Canada has also been besieged with injuries. Pronger, Blake, Jovanovski, and Redden are not playing because of injuries.
Mario Lemieux. Lemieux the move, and he can't get it back on that long stick. He wanted a backhand chance. Sakic to Lemieux. Lemieux just feathered it in. Even Mario may have been caught a bit by surprise on that Sakic pass.
Everyone gets surprised when Mario makes these magical, unexpected passes. Mario's going to the front of the net. One thing, kids, when you're looking, Mario's always got his stick on the ice. He's waiting. Here he's got it to the backhand. Oh, little deke around, miss it. Now watch. It's on the ice. He's going to go in front of the net right here. And a quick little pass right there. Nice hook by Marian Gaborik to nullify the chance for Mario.
Mario picking his head up going, oh man, wanted that one. Not quite. The shots right now are 22-20. Canada seems like more than that for Canada because they have dominated territorially. Thornton intercepted and held it. Turned around by Sushi up the near side boards, and Hossa got it out of there. Move to Pavel Demitra. Demitra into the corner. Takes Regier. Regier hits as hard as anybody in the game.
What a player.
From Calgary, Robert Regier made himself known during the Stanley Cup playoffs last year. And he is one guy you do not want to find yourself between he and the boards.
Yeah, when Adam Foote ends up retiring from this game, Robin Regier is the heir apparent for the way that he plays. And I think he's got a little bit more upside in certain areas of the game. But he showed us last year what kind of a player he was for the Calgary Flames. You're absolutely right about that. The young defenseman on Team Canada are impressive.
Turned over, odd man rush, and Richards got a break. Came right back to him. Richards turned that one over. He was back covering for Bouwmeester, who had gotten up into the offensive flow. This one chased down. Meze will touch that one up, and that will be an icing call.
Well, let's take a look at the line of Marian Lemieux on the left wing. Joe Sakic at center ice, and the right-handed Jarome Iginla, who tied for the scoring lead, the goal scoring lead with 41 this year. 8 points on 3 goals and 5 assists, 13 shots, and many more chances. Dangerous, just not getting a shot on goal, and at even strength, a +9 rating. Marian Lemieux played left wing in 1990 and 1991 when Ronnie Francis and Jaromir Jagr were on his line.
Trying to break that shutout down low. A save made by Brodeur, and he had Seabach right there looking for that rebound. Gaborik backs it up to the point. Meze trying to move that one in, lost it. Got a chance for a 2-on-1 the other way, maybe. Puck just moved away. Turned around, wanted to pass that down low, and Martin St. Louis just stuck on the ice on him. Richard St. Louis, both from Tampa Bay, both on this line together. Looking into the middle, they got Gagne to Gagne. Gagne trying to wind it up, got tied up, got it again. Gagne ran it in wide of the net. St. Louis knocks it out of the air, off his skate and onto his stick. Point chance taken, save made by Stana, who keeps it. He'll get a whistle. Bouwmeester and Marian Gaborik having words behind the play.
Well, Slovakians, they have proven to be world beaters in the World Championships, going 24-3 since 2002 and winning a gold medal, and that's a very prestigious tournament. We don't take it as seriously here because our teams are still in the Stanley Cup, but the players that lose, they go over there and represent either Canada or Slovakia or the Czech Republic in the World Championships, and it is a huge deal for these guys to win the gold medal in 2002. They beat Canada and they went on to win. That's an outstanding performance. I don't know why they can't get it going here in this World Cup.
Just not working. They have been outplayed in all of the games, and they end up 0-4 in the World Cup play, and will be eliminated by Canada in this game. 6:42 left to go. Knocked away. Smith couldn't control it. Bounced deeper into the zone. Adam Foote would come back and play it. Foote cleared it up. Radovojevic was over there with Foote. Foote jamming at it again. Comes off the wall. Radovojevic looking back into the middle. They do not want to be shut out. Slovakia is trying desperately to do something here. And, ooh, what a whack put on as Foote is into it in the corner with Pavlovsky, number 82 in white. They were exchanging some shots, axe handle shots around the ankle.
Yeah. Adam Foote is just such an underrated player. I mean, he's the kind of guy that talks softly, but he carries a pretty big stick. He's been a mean competitor for a long time. And there he really upsets Pavlovsky right there. And then a little bit of whack right there. And oh, in comes big Eric Brewer to help out his defensive partner. Adam Foote and Eric Brewer have been wonderful together. I'll tell you something about Adam Foote and the kind of generosity that he has. He grew up playing indoor box lacrosse here in Canada, right here in Ontario. And what does he do now? But he sponsors 2 youth lacrosse teams every summer to make sure that these kids have got their gear and they pay for their time. And he takes that upon himself because he loved that game when he was growing up.
Good for him. That'll make you a tough player in
right.
any sport. Don't forget, Friday ESPN2's coverage of the World Cup of Hockey continues. Semifinal action right now. It looks like it will be Finland meeting Team USA. The Toyota World Cup of Hockey, ESPN2 Friday from St. Paul at 7 Eastern. That, of course, presumes Canada will hang on and win this game, and they've got a 5-0 lead late into the third. So Team USA, I'm pretty much knowing it'll be that Finnish team that'll make its way down to St. Paul tomorrow for that game on Friday, and that would mean Canada will be playing right here on Saturday as they will take on the Czech Republic, which has had a scoring outburst with the Jaromir Jagr apparently feeling as though he might want to participate in the World Cup after taking off a couple of games.
And telling everybody they didn't like the fact it cut into a summertime. It's sort of a bad thing to do. And early on, their coach, Vladimir Ruzicka, he benched a bunch of players that were very popular, including Milan Hajduk.
Yep. Don't want to play, don't come. Joe Sakic back in behind the net. Zdeno Chara poked it away. Played by Hossa. Hossa's played a lot in this game, but nothing up on the board. It's a 4-on-4 situation as we had the matching minors that got picked up in that scrum. Lecavalier, Pavlevsky on sportsmanlike conduct, 13-35 on each of them. Iginla had that one poked away. A lot of ice out there on the 4-on-4 with a lot of speed for both of these teams. Susi dropped that one to the far side. Cycling it. Gaborik trying to find somebody. Sivak trailing. And the intercept, just one carry too many. Doan down the middle. Doan winds up and get a shot off. Doan looking. Oops, stick in the face to Draper. Chris Draper's heading to the bench, and a penalty coming up, and I think it was the goaltender who may have gotten him. I'm not sure. Somebody got Draper in the face.
He doesn't wear a visor, and he's cut right over the right eye. He's going to go off for some repairs. It's worrisome when you get cut that high because that blood flows so freely right above the eye. And obviously when it gets in your vision, there's a little bit of panic right there.
And that will probably be a double minor. We'll check when we come back. Take a look. Draper going in. Oh, there's the shot to the face.
Well, it's all about big lines. The big line tonight, Lemieux, Sakic, and Jarome Iginla with 8 points, 13 shots, and a +9 rating. And you go last night with the USA victory over Russia. 4 goals, 7 helpers, and a +11 rating.
Power play opportunity. Sturbach is charged with elbowing at 14:54, and it's a 4-on-3 power play with 38 seconds left on the matching minor calls. It was an elbowing call. So we're still trying to figure out how Draper got cut on that.
Yeah.
We looked at some replays, and it's not clear, but a power play. Niedermayer drops it off. Mario Lemieux, Joe Sakic, Niedermayer, and power play unit with Iginla. 4:47 to go in the period. Iginla's looking for a hat trick. That one just went wide. Niedermayer was just trying to dump that one in. He didn't end it up on net. Niedermayer on top. Lemieux 4-on-3. Don't see many of these anymore. Back to him. Lemieux missed it. Rebounded back in behind the net. Martin St. Louis out there with him now. Back on top. A lot of room. Lemieux's top of the circle on the near side. Now it's a 5-on-4. Shot save made Stana. That one hit him in the shoulder. The matching minors over, and a minute 11 left to go on the Team Canada power play. Sakic held it in. Lemieux's got it. Poke checked away from him. St. Louis back to Lemieux. Lemieux up to Sakic. Sakic works the umbrella position. Bouncing puck into the middle of Lecavalier over to Lemieux. Sakic leaves it. Lecavalier try to wind up and get a shot off. Niedermayer come off that point. Great hustle to get over there. St. Louis. Here's Lemieux with it. 46 left on the power play. Chipped away and out to center. Racing across Joe Sakic. Sakic gets there. Good hustle by Sakic. As he beat Pavlevsky. Both teams changing up. Lemieux stays out on the right side. Cavalier didn't realize he was there and came back to center. Brewer will pick it up. Brewer guns it in. Canada power play still underway. Sivak picks it up. Poked away Iginla. Iginla trying to go to the near side point, but it never got there. Brewer had to drop it back.
Long shift for Lemieux. He had a good battle there with Zdeno Chara. His other line mates have made a line change, but the guy they call Ace, Marian Lemieux, is hanging around here.
He's not leaving.
For something.
He's out there for the whole power play. There's Lemieux in the corner. Richards Iginla, Lemieux cleared to the near side. Danny Heatley out there as well. Power play is over. They do not convert on that one. It remains a 5-0 lead. Lemieux stayed for the whole thing, trying to get it to Iginla.
What's the next winger going to say? You're not going to argue.
There he goes. Mario's heading off the ice. Sivak drops it into the middle. Poked back into the corner by Marteshko. Marteshko can't control it. The hand is for Lemieux as he went to the bench.
Good hand. They understand hockey. That's for darn sure. They saw that effort.
Yeah, they did. He wanted to help Iginla get that hat trick. I think after Iginla came back out, he decided, I'm going to stay out here and see if I can do something about that. Thornton, Doan in the corner. Chipped off the dot and off the near side wall. Aaron Hossa sends it back into the middle. Wisnowski moving it. Down to just 2:17 left to go in this third period. Marty Brodeur, after the shutout, 5-0 lead. He has stopped all 23 shots by Slovakia. Ryan Smith into the zone, pushed by Hossa, held onto by Chara. Still got it away. Doan in front. Just bumped before it got to him. Goes back into the middle, though. Thornton over to get it. Puck loose. Doan coming in for it. Pavlomitra knocked it away and cleared to center. And at 49 remaining, Marty Brodeur is He's given up only a goal a game, save percentage of .961 coming into this. He's got a chance at a shutout. If he can pick it up here with another minute 38 left to go. Flipped up in the air, Toyota World Cup of Hockey, ESPN2, U.S. and Finland. That should be a real good game. That'll be at 7 o'clock Saturday. It'll be the Czech Republic against Canada Saturday at 6:30 Eastern Time. Those are the two games that will decide who plays in the championship game that'll be next Tuesday.
Well, in 1980, in the Miracle on Ice, the USA beat the Russians to have a chance at the gold. They end up beating the Finns to win the gold medal. And yes, it will be a good tough one right there. The United States beat Russia last night. Finland barely beat Germany 2-1, and the Czech Republic stunned Sweden in one of the most disappointing performances I have ever seen on a big stage. Sweden was extremely disappointing.
As a result, Czech Republic coming. That's going to be whistled on the hand pass. 1:05 left to go. Mika Kiprasov has had 2 shutouts in the World Cup play this year. Marty Brodeur has got a chance to pick up one. His teammates and he can hang on for another minute 5. Brad Richards on the face-off win. That'll be dumped back in. Baseball Tonight coming up next here on ESPN2. 1 minute left to go in the third period. Puck's just jammed away into the corner. In this game, Iginla's 2-1. Sakic 1-2. Lemieux had 2 assists. Lecavalier 1-1. Brewer 2 assists. And Marty Brodeur trying to get a shutout. So far with 23 saves, that'll be held on to by Stana. As Jan Lasak, the starting goaltender, will take the loss here as he gave up the 4 goals on 18 shots before he was pulled.
Well, you think there's a few players that aren't playing. The 3 M's, Kirk Maltby, Patrick Marleau, and Brendan Morrow out of the lineup. And there's no way to get them in with the way that these players are playing. And you know what? The fans here in Toronto, a great hockey city, obviously, and a passionate city for Team Canada, on their feet. I hope that we see that with the Finns in the U.S. in St. Paul, boy. Get on your feet and show them their support. This is when you need it.
They will fill it up in St. Paul for Friday night's game. It'll be a heck of a contest. We're closing out. 23 seconds left to go here. Team Canada's going to go into the semis. And think about this. Lemieux, Heatley, and Doan have not scored. And they're going to go 4-0.
Well, that's what we said about Iginla before this game.
Yep.
Look what he's done.
Final seconds being ticked off. Marty Brodeur, his first World Cup shutout. A 5-0 win with 23 saves, and that's going to be the final.
Well, he didn't have to be the story, but this guy certainly was with his play early on in this game.
So our final is Canada 5 and Slovakia 0. Friday, ESPN2's coverage of the World Cup of Hockey will continue with semi-final action. Finland, USA. The Toyota World Cup of Hockey on ESPN2 will start Friday night at 7. Baseball Tonight is coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Aaron Andrews, Darren Pang, and all of our crew here in Toronto, it's time for some good Canadian food and perhaps a vino. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Canada 5, Slovakia 0. Gary Thorne, good night, everybody.